All right, let's talk about something that's a huge opportunity and an equally huge risk in the world of finance and accounting, and that's generative AI. Today, we're going to break down exactly how you can use its power for your work without ever putting your most sensitive data on the line.
And just so we're clear, all the frameworks and ideas we're talking about today are drawn straight from Chapter 5 of the tutorial on creating generative AI prompts by Virtualization Options LLC.
You know, if you're a finance professional right now, you're kind of sitting on a paradox. You've got this amazing tool that can completely change how you work, how you analyze things, how you strategize. But that exact same tool, if you use it the wrong way, could become your single biggest liability. And yep, you guessed it. That tool, the weapon, and the vulnerability is generative AI. It offers this incredible promise of efficiency, but it demands absolute, total discipline. So how do you get all the power without any of the risk? Well, it all boils down to one core principle. Here it is. This is the key to the whole thing: complete data abstraction. And let me be really clear, this isn't just a friendly suggestion. It is the non-negotiable, unbreakable rule for using AI safely in finance. Everything we're about to cover is built right on this foundation.
So why is this rule so, absolute? It's because finance departments are basically the guardians of the kingdom's keys. You hold the financial statements, the salary data, the big strategic plans. Any leak isn't just a little oops, it can be a catastrophic failure with some really severe consequences.
I mean, a data leak could trigger massive regulatory fines for breaking rules like SOX or GDPR. It could mean literally handing your competition your entire playbook on a silver platter. And, maybe worst of all, it can just instantly vaporize the trust of your investors, your board, and your employees. The potential liability is just immense.
Okay, so that's the risk. Let's talk about the solution. The absolute smartest way to use AI in finance isn't to give it your data. Nope. It's to ask it to build the tools, the templates, and the frameworks for you. You then take those tools and use them safely inside your own secure systems. Let's see what that actually looks like.
This is such a simple and safe way to work. Instead of asking the AI about a specific budget item, you ask it to design a universal budget request form. See what it does? It creates the structure, the fields, the logic. But notice what's missing? There are no actual numbers. You then take this awesome template and use it inside your secure company environment.
And this same principle works for really complex procedures too. Think about your month-end close. It's a critical process. But do you need to tell the AI your account numbers to get help with it? Absolutely not. You ask it to create a best practice, step-by-step checklist. The AI documents the process, which you can then apply to your confidential data.
Okay, templates are a fantastic start, but what about the real meat and potatoes, the analysis? This is where data abstraction gets even more powerful. You can actually use AI for some really sophisticated analytical thinking without ever sharing a single number from your company's books. It sounds like a trick question, doesn't it? How in the world can you analyze a budget without using any numbers? Well, the answer is you get the AI to build the analytical model for you. Let me show you how that works. This slide illustrates the method perfectly. Look at the left side. That's your safe prompt to the AI. It's totally generic. You're asking for a framework to explain a hypothetical variance, not your real one. The AI gives you the structure, the key questions, a communication template. Then, on the right side, you take that powerful framework and apply it to your real, confidential numbers back in your secure spreadsheet.
Now let's take this same idea and push it even further into strategic planning. You can ask an AI to build a comprehensive framework for scenario modeling. And again, the key is abstraction. You're not working with specific dollar amounts. You're working with concepts like percentage changes, growth rates, and expense ratios.
For instance, you could prompt the AI to build an optimistic scenario for a tech company. It will outline the key drivers, things like higher growth rates, lower expense ratios, and it might even suggest a strategic response. The AI builds the logic of the scenario for you.
Then you do the exact same thing for a realistic baseline scenario. The AI helps you define what stable or moderate really looks like in terms of all the variables, and that creates a really solid foundation for your financial model. And finally, of course, the pessimistic case. The AI can structure all the assumptions and the potential responses for a downturn. So now you've got a complete 3-scenario strategic model, totally ready to be populated with your actual secure data. It's like the AI built the car, but you're the only one who has the keys.
So as we start to wrap up, let's just really reinforce the most critical takeaways here. These are not just guidelines, okay? These are the unbreakable rules for using AI safely in finance and accounting. If you remember literally nothing else from this, please remember this number. The number of real revenue figures, salary details, or account balances that you should ever put into a public AI prompt is 0. Always.
And that one big rule really leads to these 4 simple, unbreakable rules. Number 1, absolute data protection. Abstract everything. 2, always be aware of regulatory compliance. 3, never, and I mean never, trust AI math. It can and it does make mistakes. Verify everything. And 4, maintain your secure workflows. AI helps you build the tools, you use them in your safe environment.
Look, AI isn't here to do your job. It's here to give you better tools to do your job. By mastering this simple principle of data abstraction, you can turn what could be a huge liability into your greatest strategic asset. So the real question is, what process are you going to upgrade first? Thanks for tuning in.